Hello, this is a course overview video for Innovations in eLearning, INST 6010. The purpose of this video is to go over the standards that were assessed throughout this course and discuss how those standards were mastered and everyday applications of these concepts. We will go through each module and discuss the standards and how they were assessed and mastered by the student. What we're looking at now is a copy of the course syllabus. The course syllabus gives you the outline of the course and any contact information that you would need. It also gives you information like required text, course readings, and materials. I have also created a document, and on this document you'll see a table that outlines the course through every assignment, standard, and how each standard was mastered. There's also a column about how to apply these concepts outside of the classroom. Our first module was a learning plan and memo. Candidates use digital communication and collaboration tools to communicate locally and globally with students, parents, peers, and the larger community. This is standard 3.7. During this module, students were instructed to write a professional memo that outlined our initial perceptions and fears about taking the course. Students also constructed a learning plan for the course. I have a copy of my memo here for you to view. And as stated before, this memo was just for students to let the professor know what their perceptions of the course was, and we also completed a learning plan. A memo is one way of communicating, but throughout the course there were several platforms provided to us to allow us to communicate and collaborate with other students. We used Web 2.0 tools such as VoiceThread, and we also had a class wiki. We use social media platforms such as Facebook. As you can see here, this is our Facebook page, and on the Facebook page, each classmate can comment and make comment and reply to other classmates. Our instructor normally posts overview videos to give us an overview of the week and what we can expect. You can also click on members to see what members are in the course. And this gives you an opportunity to send messages when you need to ask questions, or if the professor is not available, you have instant access to your classmates. All right, so Module 1, 3.7 pretty much focused on communication, and a memo and a learning plan are both applicable in a classroom setting. The memo could be used to communicate important information, and a learning plan could be useful for teachers developing lesson plans or course objectives. The next module is Module 2, and we will go back to the outline here. The next module was Module 2, and the standard assessed here was 3.3, which is online and blended learning. During this module, students were assigned readings about virtual schools. Students also evaluated the distance learning programs at local high schools, used iTunes for an assignment, and evaluated a MOOC. Students were able to post their findings in a class wiki, and the MOOC evaluations were posted via Facebook. So basically, the iTunes portion of this assignment, we're talking about application now. The iTunes portion exposed us to another teaching resource that could be used in the classroom, and the MOOC assignment was helpful since it exposed us to more professional development courses. Our classroom wiki is here. This is accessible through Blackboard. As you can see, you see each student's name in one column and their assignments in the following column. So we were all able to add to this wiki page and also view what other students put for their assignment. So it was a way of collaborating as well. We'll go back to our handout for the next standard and module. Module 3 was an annotated bibliography assignment. The standard assessed in Module 3 is 3.6, which is selecting and evaluating digital tools and resources. During Module 3, students were instructed to use the AUM library to research articles and create 4 annotated bibliographies for their findings. What was most helpful in this module was the instructional video that demonstrated how to use the AUM library database. I have a copy of my annotated bibliographies on my live text. I've uploaded a lot of my assignments so that I could use them as artifacts when I submit this portfolio. So the annotated bibliography is here. We were able to use the Learning Center to get feedback on our annotated bibliographies. It allowed us to change anything that needed to be changed so that we could ensure mastery with this module. And this is just a brief scan of what it looks like. All right, we'll go back to our handout now for the next module. Our next module was Module 4, which was Software Evaluations. This was Standard 3.6, Selecting and Evaluating Digital Tools and Resources, and Standard 4.2, Professional Learning Candidates Design, Develop, and Implement Technology-Rich Professional Learning Programs that model principles of adult learning and promote digital age best practices in teaching, learning, and assessment. All right, I have a copy of that as well. Let's see which tab it's under. This is the software evaluation. We evaluated different aspects of several software such as Camtasia Studio and others. And we also created video tutorials during this module. The video tutorials were linked for our professor and classmates to view. The next module is module number 5. During module 5, we were exploring learner resources. Standards 3.6 and 4.2 were assessed during this module, and the module focuses on exploring various tools and concepts for presenting content in online environments. In this module, I gathered information from assigned readings and video tutorials to gain a better understanding. All right, and on this side, you can see how these concepts could be applied. So module 5 was learner resources. Module 6, we will go to another document to view. All right, here's Module 6, which is understanding the learner's needs. And all of these assignments are uploaded on my live text page so that you can see them in detail and look at them as artifacts. For Module 6, Standards 3.7, Communication and Collaboration, were once again assessed, and Standard 3.3, which is Online and Blended Learning, was assessed. This module focused on exploring the needs of adult learners. Students studied the concept of andragogy and explored options for developing adult-centered learning experiences. We also created a concept mapping tool to organize different aspects of andragogy. I have an example of my concept map available for you to view now. This is a concept map, and it pretty much outlines each aspect of andragogy. There were several resources available to us during this module. Students were able to watch videos on the topic, read articles about this topic. Scholarly articles gave us a lot more information, but this concept map pretty much sums it up, and this is a great way to outline all of the information that is learned. I can see a concept map being useful in very many educational settings. We're going to go back to our handout to look at the last few modules. The next module was Module 7, which was developing an online course. Module 7 and Module 8 were closely connected. Module 7 required students to evaluate a course using the Quality Matters rubric. So using this rubric, we evaluated the INST 6010 course, and the Quality Matters rubric was eventually the same rubric we would use to evaluate our own course. The standard assessed was Element 3.3, Online and Blended Learning. Last but not least, Module their own online course, and within the course we included several print and multimedia resources. 3.3 was again assessed, Online and Blended Learning, and I'm going to take you to the course that I developed now. I used Schoology to develop my course, and when you open the web page, this is what it looks like. I've organized the course in several folders that say from Start Here to the Quality Matters rubric. So we'll just take a quick look at the course in its detail. This is my course overview video. If you click that, you will see a video overview of my course. Going back, you can see in the syllabus folder, I have created a syllabus. I also have an instructional plan. This is the mock syllabus. It has all of the information that a normal course would, including the course outline. If you go back to the syllabus folder, you can also see a weekly instructional plan. This weekly instructional plan is a more detailed outline of each week and the modules and standards that will be assessed. There are also instructional materials and technologies available on this weekly instructional plan. Also in the syllabus folder, I have created an assignment calendar. This is an example of a calendar I would have students print out. It gives students important dates, topics for the week, and it also reminds them of when our class meetings are. So this is just a sample. And if we go back out into the main course, you can see other folders such as instructional content, student support, and the Quality Matters rubric. The instructional content has course objectives. Here I have uploaded the Alabama Course of Study Standards for Science, and I've also uploaded the 4th grade science learning standards that we teach by in Elmore County. We were asked to upload one module. This module I decided to do on landforms. I have an overview video that students can watch, and it provides a brief explanation of what will be expected throughout this module. I also have Module 3 instructions. These are instructions that the student will actually read step by step. Also in this module folder, I have lesson PowerPoints, which were created for student resources, supplemental reading. Here's a link where students can click, and once they enter this or click on this link, they'll find additional information about landforms. And there's lots of media and print resources. Back to that folder. You can also see that I've embedded study jams. Study jams are a fun way for students to study concepts that are assigned to them. I have a podcast, and I also have an assessment. Once you click back on the main course link, you can also see a student support folder. Since we discussed supporting the learner and the learner's needs, I included several links that would help if students needed additional support. And the last thing we look at is our Quality Matters rubric. The Quality Matters rubric is the rubric that we use to assess our course and the course that we are taking. So this was a great way to make sure that you are including all the necessary points in assessing the standards that you need to for the course. That's pretty much it for INST 6010. This course was very informative, and it has left students with several tools that they can use to continue their education and also use in other educational settings. Thanks for watching.